Algo is an extremely popular trading strategy provider that promises real results with minimal decision making. After seeing the 5-minute most accurate trading strategy from TradeIQ, who recorded an astonishing 76% win rate and almost a 500% growth on account, I decided to backtest it 100 times on gold to see if it really is a magic strategy that can make you a lot of money. Let's dive in. So we need to add the Algo indicators. These are premium indicators that cost at least $59 per month. After you sign up, you join the Discord, add your TradingView username, and a few hours later, you will have access to these two indicators under the invite-only script section. I'll put a link to these indicators in the description below. It's not an affiliate link or anything, not trying to make money off you guys, just trying to see if the strategy makes any money. So let's add the indicators. The first one we're going to add is the Algo support and resistance indicator, and then we're going to add the Algo version 5 indicator. The Algo support and resistance indicator automatically draws lines of support or resistance for you and adjusts it as it goes. We are going to use the Algo version 5 indicator to get our entry points for a sell or a buy. Now we're not going to change any of the settings of these indicators, but as per TradeIQ, we are going to simply remove the mild buy and mild sell notification. Alright, now that we've got the indicators on the chart, let's jump into the rules of the strategy. Okay, so here are the rules for a long position. First, we need to wait for a buy notification. Then the second step is to check that both the current position and the current trend are both bullish. Thirdly, we need to make sure that we are not too close or touching a level of resistance, as the price might bounce back away from that. As we can see in this example, all the conditions are met, so we are going to enter in a long position at the close of the trigger candle. We are going to put our stop loss at the recent swing low, and our take profit is going to be set at 1.5 times the risk. Right, let's have a look at another example of a long position. First, we're going to wait for a buy notification. Secondly, we are going to check that our current position and our current trend is both bullish. Thirdly, we're going to see that we are not too close to a level of resistance. Everything matches, so yeah, we're going to enter in a long position at the close of the trigger candle. Our stop loss will be set just below the recent swing low. Our take profit will be set at 1.5 times the risk. The rules are exactly the opposite for a short position. First, we are going to wait for a short notification. Secondly, we're going to check that our current position and current trend are both bearish. Thirdly, we're going to make sure that we are not too close to a level of support. Everything matches, so yeah, we'll enter in our short position. Stop loss will be placed just above the recent swing high, and our take profit will be set at 1.5 times the risk. Okay, let's have a look at another example of a short position. First, we're going to wait for a sell label to be printed. Secondly, we're going to make sure our current position and current trend are both bearish. And thirdly, we're going to make sure that we are not too close to a level of support. Everything matches here again, so we're going to enter in our short position at the close of the trigger candle. Our stop loss is going to be placed just above the recent swing high. And our take profit is going to be set at 1.5 times the risk. Let's see how the trade plays out. Well, that's it for the rules of the strategy. I'm now going to go test it 100 times in the gold USD pairing on the 5-minute chart to see how profitable the strategy really is. Well, the results are, needless to say, it's disappointing. The strategy only had a win rate of 47%. I was able to find those 100 trade setups in 50 days. If we had a starting balance of $100, our growth on account after those full 50 days would have only been $43.12. That's not taking into account any spreads and fees. If we have a look at the running balance on a chart, you'll see that we had quite a bit of a drawdown and the equity curve isn't sustainable. You'll see that for quite a while we were actually under our starting balance. If we have a look at some of the trades on the chart, you'll see that the strategy does work quite well when the market is trending. But unfortunately, the market goes sideways most of the time, as you'll see here. Also, because the strategy doesn't really have enough rules, for example, not jumping into a trade when you see a candle that's this big, we get situations where we get locked into what ends up being a losing trade for a very long period. This, for example, we would have been stuck in the trade for 4 days. So how would I improve on this strategy? Well, first, I think we need to take into account the volume in the market. So let's add a volume oscillator. And we're going to keep the settings at the default. Now what this indicator does is tell you when there is sufficient volume in the market. When there is not sufficient volume, you'll see that the market is trending. So how this adjusts the strategy is that you only enter in positions when the volume is above the 0 line. For example, this buy position you would ignore. The sell position you would ignore. Buy position you would ignore. The sell position you wouldn't ignore, and it would be a profitable trade. This buy position you would take because there is sufficient volume. The sell position you wouldn't take, as the market is trending, therefore there is not enough volume. As you can see, this volume oscillator will help filter out a lot of false signals. What I would also suggest you do is look at using the strategy on a much higher time frame, because as the time frame increases, generally your success rate does as well. And if we just have a look at a few of these trades, we will see here that they are a lot more profitable. Overall, I think the strategy has potential, and I most definitely think the easy algo indicators are worth the $59 a month. But I do not think you can utilize only that. At the end of the day, an understanding of the market and price action together with support and resistance can help you improve the win rate of any strategy. That's it for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.